Hi, this is Pernille from EventBiz. In this guide, I'll show you how to create your program in the EventBiz platform. You go to Modules, Program, and Program Sessions. Either you can create your program sessions one by one, or you can add them by importing a CSV file. Let's try to do it one by one first. You click on Add. In the topic here, you write the headline. You have a description, you can add it here. For the date, it will always pick the first date of your event. And then you have to enter the start date here. And the end time. If you want to, you can add a location here, by example, the registration area, scene 1 or 2, or the foyer, by example. If you scroll down, then you click Save. This is how you create a program session one by one. If you want to import your program instead, you can also do so. Let me try to show you how to do that. You go to Tools, you say Import. First, you need to prepare your file. If you click here, you can open up an example of the sheet you need to import. When I open up here, you can see it already took the first session that we just created. So here you can see the template for what information you need to enter. So as a mandatory field, you have the topic, date, start time, end time. The location, description, and so forth is all add-ons you can add if you want to. Let me try to import. I go back, I say select file. I already created my CSV in this file template, and I'm ready to import. Click Next. In this one, you need to validate your data and map it so the system knows exactly where to place it. So in the header row, it says topic. I just need to tell the system where does this information go. So I click here and I say topic. In the other fields, it already figured out that this was the date and the start time, etc. Scroll down and I say next. Now the system tells me that it has created 5 new records and there's 2 errors. Let us check. It has found some speaker IDs that it doesn't recognize. This can be from an earlier event, so that's fine. So for now, we just created 5 new records. Done. So when I go here now to my program, you can see that it has imported a lot of sessions already. So in this way, you can build up your program and maybe save a lot of time doing it this way. All right. When you create your program, you can also create tracks. By example, if you have an event where you have different tracks, it could be different subjects, and you want to help your attendees navigate in your program. This is navigation in the way that they can search for a certain subject instead of just looking at the full program from start to end. Let's try to create some tracks. I click on Add. And if we choose a subject, it could be international development. And I click Save. And I add another track. And we call this national development. Like this. Save. All right. Now we have the 2 tracks. If I go back to program sessions, then I can assign the different sessions to the different tracks that I just created. So let's say that the future of CEO, this I want to assigned to one of my tracks. So I go to the three dots and I click Quick Edit. Now you can see here you have the session tracks and I can select which one to assign. I click Save. Now you have it here, the Future of CEO, International Development. So let's just add the other track. Let's say the networking lunch, Quick Edit, and I choose National Development. And I click Save. All right, let's have a look in the app to see how it looks. I go to the app preview. I log on. Here we go. When I click on the program, I can now see that it opens up in the tracks. So I can either choose international development or national development. If I want to, I can also choose to see the timeline, and then I'll see the whole program from morning to evening. And when I scroll down here, you can see the tracks are listed like this. If I click again on tracks, then I can choose to see international development. Then the system will show me all the common sessions, all the sessions that you haven't assigned to any tracks. In the system, it will be logical that it's common for everybody. And then it would show me, of course, what you have said is due to the subject international development. The same way it would do if I click on national development. It will show me all the common sessions and also the ones that you have assigned as national development. So in this way, you can make it easier to navigate for your attendees in the program. So think about it like this. It has to be something that makes it easier for your attendees. It doesn't do anything for you as the organizer. You should only think about it as a help for your attendees. You can also adjust the way that this is set up. So if you wanted them to end here in the timeline when they open up the app instead of opening up here in the tracks, you can also set that setting. Let's have a look how you do that. You go to Modules, and you go to Program, and then you have the little Settings button here. I click. In the display settings here, you can see that this one is activated, display both time and tracks. This means that now the system will both show the attendees a possibility to click on tracks or time. And here it says that when they open the program, they will see the tracks first. You can adjust this and choose that they should see the time first. Then I just click here and then I click Save. Let's have a look how it does now. I go back and again I click on Program, and now we end up here in the timeline first. Still, I can click on Tracks and see the tracks. If I don't want both time and tracks, I could also adjust that. Let's just go back. I click on Settings again, and now I deactivate this one and I scroll down. When I go to the app preview and I click on Program, now I only see the timeline and the tracks are only shown here. So it really depends on you and how you want to present your program. Make it as easy as possible for your attendees. Let's go back to modules. We go back to program. In addition to tracks and sessions, we also have what we call parallel sessions headline. This is used, by example, if you have an event where you have a lot of sessions that are taking place at the same time. It could be workshops, it could be breakout sessions, anything where it takes place at the same time. In the construction, it works a little bit like the tracks, but you could have an event where you both have tracks, meaning subjects maybe, and you have some sessions that are taking place at the same time. Again, this is only made for the attendees to have a better overview. So let's just check our sessions here. Let's see here. By example, let's say that here where we have the future of SEO, we also have another program in the same time. So let me just quickly create one. Say add. email marketing should take between 8 and 12. And I click save. So now we have these two sessions going on at the same time. You could have many of these. You could have 5, 6, 7 sessions going on at the same time, maybe 2 sets in the morning, 2 sets in the afternoon. And you can imagine for the attendee, the program would all of a sudden be very long to look at. So let's make it a bit more compact for your attendees to look at. So what we want to do now is make a common headline for these two subjects or sessions. I go here to parallel sessions headline. And already here, I've actually created one that's called breakout sessions. And they're in this same time from 8 to 12 on the 1st of February 2019. If you wanted to add more, you could do so just by clicking here, entering the common name, the date, and the correct time frame. Okay, perfect. So now I go back to program sessions. And then, just like the tracks, you need to tell the system which session should be assigned to this headline. So what I can do now is I go here again and I say quick edit. And in this one workshop headline, I choose breakout sessions. I click save. And I do the same thing with email marketing. Quick edit, choose breakout sessions, and save. All right, let's have a look in the app to see how it looks. I go to the app preview. I click on program. And now you can see that the difference here is that you can no longer see the two sessions on the first page here. So now instead you have the common headline where you click and then it will unfold the two sessions. So again, this is made for your attendees to have a better overlook of the program. It doesn't do anything for you as the organizer, it's purely a help for your attendees. We also have some examples that some people are using, by example, either the tracks or the workshop headline to divide their program in days. Let's say you have a 2, 3, 4 days program, and when the attendees click on program, you would like to have them the possibility that they could click on day 1, and then the whole program for day 1 would unfold. Day 2, the whole program would unfold, and so forth. Again, this is to help your attendees. Let's try to do so. So I go back to modules, and I go to program sessions. All right. So now I want to enter a 2-day program. Okay. For now, we just have a 1-day program. So I want to try to enter a 2-day program. And also I want to use the parallel session headline to illustrate these two. So first I'll create new headlines. I'll just remove this one. And I say add. And then I write day 1. Yes. Yeah, you choose what you want to call it. Could be day 1, 1st of February. And then it needs to start in the morning, of course. It's a very early program. And to the latest program session here. Save. Say add. Day 2. We choose the second date of the event. Save. Another thing we can also do is that when we import the program as we tried to do before, you can actually also import these workshop headlines directly. Let's try to do so. If you do that, you need to have the ID of each of these workshop headlines. To get them, you go to Tools and you say Export. The same you can do with tracks. They will also have their own ID numbers. The same you can do with speakers. They will also have their own ID numbers. They just need to be on the attendee list, and then they have their own unique ID. But let's do it here with the workshop headlines. Say Open. All right. Here we go. So here you can see that for day 1, we need to put this ID number 2032 in the CSV file before we import it. The same thing with day 2, 2033. So let's have a look at a prepared CSV file. Okay. So here you have the column here, workshop ID, and this is where you should enter the 2 workshop ID numbers. So let's have a look again. It was 2032 for day 1. So all right, 2032. And I say copy. Here. And for the second day, 2033. Just going to remove this thing with the speakers because it doesn't exist in this event. But here you can see the track IDs you could also put in here directly. You just need to create the tracks and export them to get the unique ID code. All right, let's have a look and see if we can import this one. And we just check the time, 7:15 to 16 on day 1. We'll just adjust a bit. 7:15 to 16, or else it wouldn't work. Like this. Update. Let's check for day number 2. Starts at 7:15 and at 4 o'clock again. Edit. And update. All right. So to parallel program sessions. Now I just need to save this. And then it's important that I save it as this format, CSV UTF-8. Save. Go back, and now I just delete everything here in order to import it nice and easy. Tools, delete all. Okay, so I go to Tools now, and I say Import. And I already prepared my file, so I click Select File. Here. And Next. Again, I need to map if it doesn't recognize. Say Topic. And let's check down here. Workshop ID looks correct. And I say Next. And now it prepared 14 new records. Perfect. And I say Done. All right. Let's have a look in the app to see how it looks. Click on App Preview, Program, and now you have it like this. Day 1, day 2, and you could do day 3, 4, and 5, how many you need. Again, this is to help your attendees have a better overview of the program. So if I click on day 1, I will now see everything that goes on day 1. If I go back, click on Program again, then I could see day 2, because if day 1 is already passed, I have no interest in that one anymore. So I click on day 2. Perfect. This was all for program sessions in this guide. Thank you for watching.